everybody. Welcome to Bones Collector, and this is installment number 4 in the video series of our board game library. We've been having some wonderful comments from all of you, and we appreciate that. And I want to say a few words before we start this today, and that's that all the games you see, we purchased. So we received no support of any kind, financial or otherwise, from the board game industry, and we don't have games sent to us for review. We seek them out, watch them played on YouTube, probably like a lot of you, and then we decide whether that game is something that might appeal to us. And then we have a couple of local conventions that we go to here in Orlando, and we go play those games, the ones that look interesting to us. New games we like to play just because then we can trash them. No, I'm just kidding. We just like to play new games to keep up on the new stuff, and then maybe sometimes we find new games that will bump something out of our library, but until that happens, then we'll let you know when that happens. But we do not receive any kind of free games other than this Animo game, and I'll talk about that in a minute. So all the games you see we've purchased, and we seek them out and decide whether we like them enough to bring them home. So yeah, enough of that about that. Let's get started. Let's start with this top shelf.
Okay.
Yeah, and I want to talk about this little card game here that we have called Animo. This is the only game in our library that we've received review copies of, right?
Yes, but we have purchased the full version.
Yeah, from Kickstarter.
On top of the review. We got the review copy so you could review it for Kickstarter. Because they know we like the game. So they asked him to review it for Kickstarter.
Yeah.
But then we did purchase the Kickstarter. So none of this stuff is review copies. This is all stuff we've purchased.
Yes. And we really like this game. This is a faith-based scripture, Bible scripture-based card game. And it is intended for children. And we like to play it with our grandchildren.
But we also play it.
And we also play it ourselves. And like Sunday we played it because we have a review copy we're working on right now. And that was our Bible study for that day. So we really enjoy this game. I did a video about top 10 most relevant themed board games. This was number 1 for obvious reasons. I don't want to preach or get into Christianity or anything like that in this video. But we do love this game. And it's called Animo. So if you are interested in this, it's a wonderful game. And
it's a lot like Pokemon.
Yeah.
It plays like Pokemon, but they took and remade the cards so that there's scripture on them and that type of thing.
Yeah.
But it's like a Pokemon.
And it's called Animo.
And we love it.
Okay. Now this tin box and this game here go together.
Game, yes.
And this is called Timeline Challenge. And we really enjoy this game. I mean, and you really can play it with just this.
Yes. We take this with us when we're traveling, sitting in an airport, waiting at a restaurant even. Because all you're doing is laying down cards. Which card came first? Which happened first?
In chronological order. So that you have 4 cards on the table. You have to figure out where your next card is going to go and in what year. So you have to figure out when those events happen. And I've learned so much playing this game that I just can't get rid of it. Because I didn't know that McDonald's started in 1955, the year I was born. So I learned it playing this game. And I owe it to Timeline Challenge, some of those little facts about when things were
this game
put into motion.
The box just adds a board.
Yeah.
And there are different types of challenges. You have to pick the century that something happened in, or you put them in order, or it'll be a number that they're looking for. This just adds a little more to it. And we don't usually play this with just the 2 of us.
No.
It'll play with 2, but it plays better with a group.
Yeah.
This one does.
And we have played it with groups, and it is a lot of fun, and you have markers you move around here. Yeah. The color of the item that you're on decides
which one of the
things you're going to do or whatever. But it's a lot of fun, and it's very informative.
It's educational.
Yeah, very educational. And we love it. I mean, it's a fun game on top of that, so when you can get an education and have fun at the same time, we're all for that.
But the small one goes well with 2. This one plays with 2, but you need more to make it green.
Yeah. That's Timeline Challenge. And I'm sure a lot of you have played that game. Now this little box is called Ghosts of the Moor, and we keep it to play during Halloween, during October. It's one of our October games, and it's from Tasty Minstrel Games, Kramer and Kiesling. Yeah, 2 of our favorite designers.
And it is 2 to 5 players, 30 minutes.
Yeah, little tiny box, and you're just moving around on a tile path through the swamp or
you're moving through the swamp.
Spooky swamp.
You have to pick up boards to put down to walk on to get through the swamp.
Hey, and Michael Kiesling and Wolfgang Kramer, probably, for me, probably our favorite board game designers, I think. And Stefan Feld is the best board game designer, but these guys are our favorite, I think. So we'll just set
Probably
that
true,
right
yes.
there. Okay, next game is Forbidden Desert in a Tin Can. And this is Matt Laycock's baby. Plays like Pandemic. You've crash landed in the desert. You're simply trying to run around, pick up parts to your ship, put your ship together, and get the heck out of there. You know, I mean, and it's hard to do because you can ramp this difficulty up in this game. But
because
it's
the
a lot of
sand
fun.
piles up,
Yeah.
you run out of water. A lot of things can happen. We've probably lost that game as many times as we've won it.
Yeah, and you are different characters, much like Pandemic, that have special powers,
Yes.
each one specific to that particular character, and you run around and try and win this in a cooperative fashion. It's cooperative.
This plays 2 to 5 players, 45 minutes. We have played this with 5 players.
Yep.
It's a lot of fun. We also play it with 2. It plays very well both ways.
One of our favorite co-ops.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Okay, let's go down here.
All right.
This is called Star Wars Risk. Isn't it called that?
Yeah, Star Wars Risk.
Black
it's
edition.
the black edition.
And yeah, I'm gonna open the box up because this is pretty
Here,
impressive.
take the stuff out of there.
And we got this. It was inexpensive. I mean,
I'll lift this
yeah.
part out. There we go.
That's the board, and it's got a nice insert in
Wonderful.
here, and little tiny minis.
Didn't come with the Legos.
Little tiny minis. You get like 3. You get like the, what is that? The Death Star.
Death Star.
And I think you get a Millennium Falcon.
And where are they?
And you get all kinds of these little ships.
I don't know for sure where they are, but we'll put them on the screen.
2 decks of cards. And this is our Star Wars game. And once you set it up, it looks like, what's that ship called that Darth Vader?
The TIE Fighter.
TIE Fighter. Yeah, once you set it up on the table, it looks like a TIE Fighter. And you have something going on the one wing and something going on the other wing, and then the main board is where a lot of the action is too.
You're trying to shut down the shields,
Yeah.
the generator, so that the power generator, so they can drop the shields to get in there and blow up the Death Star.
But I love this game. And I'm going to tell you, we own Star Wars Rebellion, and we played it 3 times, said, it's out of here. This was better for the money. It was very, very...
And we liked it
Yeah.
better. I don't like hidden movement games, and that's what Star Wars Rebellion is. You're looking for it. You're just running around saying, are you here? Are you here?
Yeah.
And I don't care for that kind of game. People love it. It's just not something we cared for.
So we sent it the way of the TIE Fighter. All right, the next game we're going to talk about is Captain Silver. And
Got some kids' games here in this row.
Yeah. Captain Silver is a dexterity game, I guess you would call it. Each person has a bag with, what is it, like 25?
I don't know how many
Different
are
shapes. Yeah.
Little cardboard shapes are in your bag.
And you're going to have to stick your hand in there blindly. You're not allowed to cheat and look in the bag like
Like our grandson.
our grandson does.
We do have one grandson that still cheats a little.
He's young.
But you're going down these tracks and you're trying to find that shape, whatever shape is next on the track, you have to find. And if somebody places it before you do, you have to place your shape up in the island and get penalized for it.
Yeah. And you're moving a ship around when you're scoring.
And there's a track where you get bonuses with your ships. That's your rewards for coming down these tracks.
And as soon as one of those 4 tracks is finished with pieces, the round stops. And you count up your points.
You yell,
and go on.
pirates, stop!
Pirates stop, because was it Ships Ahoy or?
Pirates ahoy, or
Pirates
ships ahoy, maybe it's, I forget.
Our grandson yells Chips Ahoy.
We yell chips ahoy, so I have forgotten what the actual word is you're supposed to say when you start the game.
But yeah, that's Captain Silver, and its designers Wolfgang Derschel and Manfred Reindl. And we
Plays up to 4 players, takes 20 minutes. It's really quick. We played it with adults and with kids. It's
it's a fun game.
It's not a deep game, but it's a hoot.
It is a hoot. And we've talked many times about getting rid of it, and finally we said, you know what, now we're just going to keep it.
Yeah.
Because, again, if you feel like having a funny time and enjoying yourself, this is a great game for it.
And the boards are all double-sided, so there's a lot of variability to the game.
Yeah.
It doesn't get stale.
It's awesome, yeah. Okay, the next game we're going to talk about is My Little Cythe. And this is a game designed by, I forget his name.
Chow.
Yeah, Hobie Chow.
Hobie Chow
With
his daughter,
Vienna Chow.
Yeah.
Yeah, or Chow.
Chow, not sure.
I'm sure he knows what his name is.
Stonemeyer game.
Yes, but Stonemeyer Games, the publisher, and jaw-dropping production. Little minis in here that I usually don't care about, but these are very cute. I like cute little minis, and this one is full of them. And this is a pick up and deliver game, resource management, and it's good for our grandkids to play this type of game as a stepping stone to
playing the more difficult
more difficult strategy game. Yeah. So
then we just bought the Pie in the Sky expansion. It adds a blimp.
Let me look at.
But we haven't.
And there's the back. And there's some of the cute minis. I hope that focuses real good for you guys. Well, we'll put a picture on the screen hopefully. But,
we need to paint them, but we haven't gotten that brave yet.
As soon as I retire, I'm going to get those painted. All right, and the next game we're going to talk about is another kind of game that we bought for our grandkids called Animals on Board. And we keep these games to play with our grandkids when they come over.
Yep.
But we enjoy this game,
Yes.
don't we?
If we didn't, we wouldn't keep it.
Yeah.
We decided we got rid of most of the kids' games that we wouldn't play ourselves because we ended up with just too many kids' games. So we have a few, but I would play this with adults.
Animals on Board was designed by Ralph Zerlin and Wolfgang Sunster. I recognize that name, Ralph Zerlin.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It's a stronghold game.
Yeah.
What does it say for 2 to 4 players, 20 to 30 minutes? Again, it's a quick game.
Yeah.
It's an I split, you choose game.
Yeah.
You're splitting the animals into groups, and you can either buy a group or you can split another one. You don't want to have pairs, because at the end of the game, Noah comes through and takes all the pairs for the ark. So if you only have one, you're good, and if you have 3 or more, you're good. But if you have 2, they're out of here because they're going on the ark.
Yeah, you're trying to. It's just kind of a set collection game. I mean, so you have to, but you want more than 3,
Yeah.
3 or more, so to score the points.
Yep. So that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun.
All right, then we have Monasterium.
Yeah, this is one you guys really like.
Yeah.
Lauren.
I love Clue, but you can't play Clue with 2 people. So we bought this game because it can be played with 2, but it's not as fun.
Yeah.
It plays 2 to 7, and it does play better with more people, but you can play it with 2.
Yeah, but one person's the ghost.
Yes, one person is the ghost who's giving clues, the other person is trying to guess. It plays with cards that are like Dixit. You're just giving them images, and they have to try to figure out who, what, and where the crime was committed, right?
Yeah.
Who, what, and where.
Yeah.
And it's
Very similar. Yeah. Production is top notch.
Our grandkids like it because they think it's spooky.
They think spooky. And we'll put on spooky music when we play it, and they get really scared and say,
Turn off the spooky
turn off the
music."
spooky music. They get scared. But we still enjoy Monasterium. And then this is a game that we play with everybody called Dixit.
It requires 3 players. This is not a 2-player game.
Yeah, this takes 3 or more.
3 to 6.
And so whenever the grandkids come over, they love this game, or new gamers, we play Dixit.
It's got beautiful cards. You
Oh,
can see a
gosh.
couple of them on
Yeah.
there. We'll put some more on this.
This is one of the games we have bought expansions for, like 3 maybe.
Maybe 4.
4.
Because you need more cards.
yeah.
You see the same cards over and over and over, so we have to mix it up.
Yeah. And it's a lot of fun. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a gas.
Yeah,
I'm
it
the
is.
designated loser in this game. I always come in last. My bunny is a bunnies.
It's
yeah.
bunnies,
We're
yes, we have
bunnies,
bunnies.
and mine's usually cleaning up after all the bunnies, all the other bunnies.
But it's a lot of fun for a group.
Yeah. So I'm the cleanup boy.
All right, then we have Star Wars Unlock the Escape
I've never
game.
played an unlock game.
No.
Okay, go ahead.
I like the Unlock games. He doesn't care for them. We have several Unlock games. We just played this one recently. I played it with my grandson and my daughter-in-law, and we escaped from Hoth.
You just escaped?
Yes.
So wasn't that
we
bad?
managed to get off, yes.
Okay.
It's just like having an escape room in a box.
Yep.
You have an hour. You can get clues, but it takes time off your hour if you ask for hints.
And they're inexpensive.
Yeah, they're very inexpensive.
So you can do a little escape room with your friends and have a good time. I'm one of those people that I don't like to force myself into situations, so I just usually sit back and watch others play this game, and so that's why I don't really get involved with them.
The nice thing about the Unlock games, to me, is you don't destroy them when you play them.
Yeah.
So after we're done, we either sell them or give them away, or we trade them with other people for other ones we haven't played, because these are totally reusable.
Yeah.
Once you've been through them, you don't destroy anything playing the game.
Or you can wait a year or two, play it again, and you probably forgot.
And you probably would, if you're like us, we will
Yeah.
have forgotten in a year. Yes.
So that's pretty cool.
All right, then we have Kamisado.
Kamisado.
This is a 2-player game.
2-player only. I don't know if you've played Kamisado. Have you guys? I actually saw Luke on
Broken Meeple.
on Broken Meeple talk about this game, and I was intrigued by it. And after he talked about it, I went out and got it. You did. You found it.
I found it.
Like-
Copy. I think I got it on eBay.
Yeah, used copy.
Yeah.
And it's really a cool game, and we really enjoy playing it. It's got a colorful board that you have these pieces that you see that look like little castles, and on the top of each one of those castles is a different color, and whichever piece your opponent moves to, whatever color that space is, that's the color of piece you have to move next. So that's the whole thing. You have to manipulate your opponent by moving to certain colors, and that's a lot of fun.
And it can be really chess. It's like chess. You can
Yeah.
play it very simply, or you can really get into drawn out games of it.
Yeah, because you can get beaten like 4 moves.
Yeah.
Or it can drag out.
Or
for
it
a
can
while.
drag out.
Yeah, so
But
Right.
it's a lot of fun. We really enjoy it.
start your end, or
Oh, I can start down here, sure. Then we have Puerto Rico.
yeah,
Oh, upside down Puerto Rico. Andreas Seifert.
Andreas Seifert, and doggone it.
Let's
What's
see.
the other game we got? This guy.
Now this box actually says 3 to 5 players, 90 to 150 minutes. But there is a 2-player variant. We've printed all the things off Board Game Geek to play it at 2 players, and
An official two-player
An
variant.
official two-player variant.
And this is an excellent game. It's a classic, folks. We were able to come up with this first edition copy in pristine conditions from 2001 or 2 or something. Something very, very old and well-loved, well-beloved, and it deserves it. So, yeah, Puerto Rico. Resource management, action selection, you have tiles that you're going to select that tile, and that's going to be your action.
It probably takes a little longer than an hour.
It's fairly complex.
But it's one of the ones that we hang on to. Home stretch.
Home stretch. This is another game that it's not for 2.
No.
This is for...
I think it says it plays at 2. What does it say here? 2 to 6. You can play it with 2, but you only have 2 horses running around. It wouldn't be very fun.
Yeah. So we play this with
family.
Actually, her dad, who's 89 years old, and he plays this game.
He tried to find a game he could do, and he does play this.
He will play, home stretch, and you are at the racetrack, and you're trying to do the best you can in 2 different ways. One, trying to place your bets on the board.
You're betting on horses, and you also own the horses.
And you also own the horses. So
yeah,
you're gonna make money like that, and then you move your marker around the board accordingly.
But you're rolling dice.
Yeah,
it's a dice rolling game. It's totally luck.
Totally lucky. You don't know which horses are going to win. It's kind of like Camel Up.
Yeah.
You just,
not quite as bad as Camel Up, but it is lucky.
Yeah, very lucky.
But we keep that around because it's great to play with a group of people.
I bought that used it at some game store on the other side of town.
Yeah, that they're not there anymore.
Inexpensive. And
next up, we have Sagrada.
That's designed by who?
Oh, let's see. Daryl Andrews and Adrian Adamescu. 1 to 4 players, so it has a solo variant. 30 to 45 minutes.
It's a dice game.
Beautiful dice game.
And you're making a sagrada or a window. What is it, like a Spanish
You're making a stained glass
cathedral or
window,
something?
Yeah.
And you're creating these things in a certain specific manner, and it's a very puzzly type of game.
It's puzzly,
Yeah,
definitely.
which we love.
And it's got cards in there that really ramp it up. You can play it on easy, or you can really play it hard.
Certain ways that you have to place those dice in there, like you can't place colors by colors or same
colors can't
pips by
match,
same
numbers
pips.
can't match.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
And then it has cards that you slide in, and they have requirements that you have to meet.
So yeah, a lot of work for the brain in that one, and we enjoy the heck out of it. The next game we're going to talk about is a little co-op adventure game called Lord of the Rings. It's from 2001, Reiner Knizia. Still the best Lord of the Rings game out there, in my opinion.
In our opinion.
Yeah, and we really love it. If you go get this, please get the Hasbro version. The Fantasy Flight version is an abomination, and it's a very
Hasbro and Parker Brothers. Actually, this is
I think it has 2 boards in it, and they're both double-sided.
Might be more than 2.
Might more than 2. And you're simply the little hobbits. You're going through the whole Lord of the Rings adventure, so it's pretty cool.
There are 1, 2. There's 2 double-sided boards and a scoreboard.
Yeah.
So you were right. There's 2 boards.
So yeah,
it's
co-op. One of the first co-op games, really.
It's not a difficult game.
Yeah.
It's relatively simple.
Oh,
but
is it? I thought it was pretty hard.
I
mean, to win.
Yes.
It's not hard to play.
It's not hard to play. It is hard to win. It's not hard to play at all. But we love it.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's Lord of the Rings. All right, let's move on to one of the most complex games in our library.
It is.
Tracurian, and it is designed by Richard Amon and Victor Peter. I think they were involved in Anachrony and other games, and this is from
Mind Clash Games.
And they're known for grandiose Euro games, big affairs.
They fill up the table.
Yeah, this has a big board when you unfold it.
Yes,
but here's what sells it for me, and this is why it's in our library, is because it's Victorian, first of all, the Victorian period, which I'm in love with, and Lori knows that, and then it's magic. So you're Victorian magicians, you're learning tricks, and you're going to go perform them on the stage and try and get the most points that you possibly can. I love this game, and we actually got rid of it once and bought it back. So I'm keeping this one.
So it's not going away the second time.
We've had several Mind Clash games. I just got rid of all of them, but this one's.
Yeah.
Tracurian. So next we got Trekking, the National Parks. And this is 2 to 5 players, developed by Charlie Binks, I think is his name. It was a Mensa Select winner, and plays in about 30 to 60 minutes. A very lightweight game.
Yes.
But,
it is.
Yeah, beautiful.
But we love it. The cards about the parks are wonderful.
Yeah.
It's a pretty game.
You learn geography and where all the national parks are in the U.S. and that's fun. And you learn things about those parks, so
and
that's pretty cool too.
On the cards of the parks are beautiful. Their photographs.
And we played it at a convention, and Charlie was there, and I got my picture taken with him. He's a nice young man.
Yep.
I really appreciated his kindness and talking about the game and his inspiration for developing this game. And we keep it because we really enjoy it. It's very pretty and a lot of fun to play, and isn't that the whole point? So yeah, there we go. Trekking the national parks. All right, another game from my favorite board game designers, Kramer and Kiesling, Porta Nigra, and we got this a few years ago, very inexpensively. They were blowing it out for whatever reason. Maybe they had too many copies, I don't know. This says from 2015. Maybe that's the first run, I'm sure it would be.
How many people? Let's see. 2 to 4, 60 to 90.
Yeah. Very, very, very good game. I'm telling you.
He's very good at this game.
This game is.
I'm not.
Is amazing. This was part of the Great Designer Series. This was the #1 game. I'm telling you what, I love Kramer and Kiesling because they make. This is one of their more complex ones that we have, though, isn't it?
I mean, it's not that hard to play.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of strategy to it, and
but
he's better at it than I am.
You have a deck of cards that are going to make the action selection mechanism for you, so you choose what you want to do with those deck of cards, and once you go through the deck, the round is over. And you've seen that before in board games.
You have a whole box of these little gray
plastic square things that you're going to build.
And they're gray, but they indicate a specific color depending on how you place them when you purchase them.
On your player board, yeah. You have slots for different colors, and you got to put that brick in that color, and then you're building those buildings on the board, and where you build them, and it determines what kind of bonus you get, and so forth. So yeah, just a beautiful game, Porta Nigra.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, couldn't live without it. Nor will I. Oh, I put it upside down.
That's okay. We'll fix it.
All right, now there's another Reiner Knizia, isn't it? Who is this? Game by Reiner Knizia.
Yes.
Yeah, this is an area control game called Through the Desert. And it is 2 to 5 players, 45 minutes. We play in a half hour. You're simply placing your color camels. I don't know how many you place in time.
You're making caravans of camels, and your caravans cannot meet each other or other caravans, and you're trying to block off areas of the board. And
you're trying to put in get your camels to encircle certain areas to get tiles that are laying on the board, bonus tiles and so forth. And it's a very easy game.
Yes.
Lightweight. I would say
it's very lightweight. Yes.
But we enjoy playing it. Yeah, we have a lot of fun with that game.
Very lightweight.
So we keep it. Yeah. Then we got one by Board Game Boss. This is by Stefan Fell, Forum Trey Genome. Came out in 2018.
I've got 2 to 4 players, 30 minutes.
30 minutes
per player.
Yeah. And it takes an hour. This game takes an hour to play, which, we like that time frame. Hour or less. This is one of a heavier game. This is kind of on the same level with Bonfire and Bora Bora.
Yeah.
But it's magic because the man knows how to make magic. He's a magician when it comes to designing a board game, and I love it. It's my, 2018, this was my 3rd favorite game in 2018. It was Carpe Diem, then a game that's going to be on the bottom shelf, and I'll tell you when we get there, and then this game, Forum Trey Genome, and I love this game. So, yeah.
Great game.
All right, great game. Start on my end?
Sure.
All right. Ancient, it scared me. Ancient Terrible Things. This is horrifying. Horrifying game. Oh my gosh. Let's see. The designer is Simon McGregor, Rob Van Zyl. And Pleasant Company Games was a publisher, and it says a pulp horror dice game.
What do we got? 2 to 4 players, 60 minutes.
Yeah. It's a dice game.
It is a dice game, card game. That's the kind of horror I like, is pulp horror.
Yeah.
I don't want gore. I don't like gore and blood in my board games.
But there's terrible things.
This is very campy horror.
It's spooky. It is. It's spooky.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I mean, everything about it, the production of it, the colors that they use on the board and the cards, it just has that feeling that you're stuck out in the swamp and the mummy's chasing you.
Yeah.
So it feels like that. And the remarkable thing, one of the remarkable things about this game is I was just on my phone one day on Amazon. I was like, they had this game marked down $17.
Yeah.
So I said, what? I grabbed it right away, and then Lori put it on Facebook or something, and a couple other people took advantage of that deal. $17 for this wonderful game.
We had played it at a convention, so it was one we knew we were looking for.
The game is awesome. The only problem is, when you're messing with Amazon, you don't know what you're getting, what kind of shape it's going to show up in, and this got a little ding in the one corner. But that's okay. For that kind of money, I'm willing to put up with a dingy. All right. Another game we got coming up next is 2021 game. This is probably one of the newer games in our library.
Yes.
And Monasterium, we watched it played on YouTube a couple of times, decided that looked really interesting to us, like something we would enjoy. And you found it where? Where did you get
I found it, I think I bought it from Board Game Bliss.
Up in Canada?
In Canada, yes.
Yeah, it was very hard for us to get our hands on
It's
it.
not widely released in the United States yet.
Yeah.
Overseas, I think you can get it with no problem.
Yeah.
I believe. I could be wrong, but
This would be my #1 game so far of 2021, and it probably will continue to hold that
Yes.
spot. There's some other games that are up there that we have, but this one is magnificent. It has a little bit of a problem with the player board because you've got so many little, I don't know what they're called, but the meeples on there, if you bump them,
yeah,
they go flying. So it needs an overlay.
yeah.
But other than that, this game is magnificent,
It's great.
you guys.
2 to 4 players.
2 to 4, man. It's
About 90 minutes. It takes a little longer than an hour.
It's a nice game.
It is. It's a lot of fun.
If
There's
you
a
like-
lot to it. It's not easy.
No.
There's a lot to this game.
Yeah.
A lot of things going on.
Yeah, you're juggling a lot of balls in this game, and
Yeah.
or spinning a lot of plates. Is that better said?
Yeah, there you
and so it takes a little bit of time, but well worth it. It's a wonderful,
it's a
wonderful
great game. We love
Again, probably
That's one of my favorites.
That's definitely the best complex Euro game, or whatever they give away in Kennerspiel de Jars
Yeah.
or whatever, for my money this year. All right, another Steffenfeld game called Aquasphere.
This is actually the last one.
It's the
I think,
last,
isn't it?
I think.
I think this is the last Steffenfeld game.
We do have a lot of his games, and you know what? If I heard one come out tomorrow, I would have to check into it because he's the best board game designer on the planet, bar no one. Steffenfeld makes a living making great board games. Aquasphere is no exception. It's a programming game. Your underwater laboratory and little bots you're going to program and try to score as many points as you can. Yeah, Aquasphere.
It's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun. And we got that relative, I think like $17.
They were
Ridiculous.
giving that one away too. It's
Yeah.
not one of his more popular games.
No, but it is very good.
Yes.
Worth keeping in our library. All right, and this game is called Lorenzo Il Magnifico
Lorenzo Il Magnifico.
by Virginio Gigli and Flaminia Brasini and Simone Luciani. This is a great design team.
Yeah.
They have some titles under their belt that you would be familiar
Yeah.
with because they're very good at what they do. But this is from Simon Games or whatever you call them, and there's
it's
the back of the
Command,
box.
but I
and
forget.
it's a Euro style game. Action selection type of resource
Cards.
management. and,
Has a lot of cards.
But dice, so you roll the dice, and whatever dice come up, everybody uses those numbers or something like that.
I think so, yes.
It's been a while, but it's an excellent game. Lorenzo Il Magnifico. All right, next game by my favorite board game designer, Michael Kiesling, Riverboat. And we came upon this pretty slow out of the gate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It had been out a while before we learned about it.
Yeah. And 2018, and this was, again, this would have been my #2 game of 2018 had I known about it
Had
then.
yeah.
But Carpe Diem barely beats out this game. This is a magnificent game, folks. I'm telling you, Michael Kiesling, I'm telling you, this guy he's amazing.
2 to 4 players, around 90 minutes.
Yeah.
It takes a little longer than an hour.
Tile laying and, again, action selection, you got, I think there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 big tiles that you're going to take turns selecting
For your action.
for the round.
Yeah.
And then you use those during the round.
But
and
you're
once-
planting
Yeah.
down here to make fields and harvest goods, and then you've got a shipping thing going on up here.
where you're trying to move
Two.
your captain on the wharf and
Yep.
to get as many points as you possibly can. Oh my gosh, this game is fantastic. Can't believe it got by me. I don't know how
Well,
Finally
18
heard
and
about it.
19, a lot of games came out
Yeah.
in those years. Here, I'll
Man, that game is fantastic.
Let's see if I can get that out.
You want to go ahead and start that?
Crown of Amara by Benjamin Schwer. What do we got here? 1 to 4 players, so it has a solo, 45 to 75 minutes.
He do also that. What was that other one?
Hadara.
Hadara, yeah. I think he's been on a tear lately. But
We played Hadara and Crown of Amara. Hadara has a memory element to it, which
Yeah.
I'm not overly fond of, because we don't have very good memories.
yeah.
But we liked this one better.
It's a double rondelle.
Double rondelle, a city rondelle and a country rondelle.
Yeah, if you can hopefully see that on there. We'll put a picture of the game on the screen. But yeah, we really love this little Euro game. It's a medium complexity game of the type of things that we love to play that are just super fun for us. So yeah, Crown of Amara.
Get in there.
All right.
Then we have Goa, Destination, Spice Islands by Rudiger Dorn.
Yeah, hot diggity darn. There he goes again. he's a good board game designer.
We just found this one too.
It took us a while to find a copy of Goa.
It's hard to find.
Yeah, this is a first edition copy. The second edition has screen printed resources on them, so there's an advantage to getting that one too. But I like this first edition copy, and we really love it.
And that's the one we could find, so that's the one we bought.
Yeah, it's a pretty dry looking. It's a pretty dry looking Euro game. But you're gathering resources and exchanging them to get more.
It's just you know, a dry Euro. You're getting resources, and that's what you do in a
But
Euro.
it's a wonderful design, and we enjoy.
2 to 4 players, 90 minutes.
We enjoy playing this game. Yeah, I couldn't wait to get it, and once we did, I didn't put it away for quite a while.
Then we have Lagranja, Andreas Odendahl, Michael Keller, Stronghold Games.
Yeah. This is an amazing game, folks. Yeah.
Another great game.
Dice drafter, you roll dice. And
1 to 4 players, 120 minutes. So it has a solo variant. And it might take close to 2 hours. Hour and a half with 2 people.
Yeah.
It's one of our longer ones.
And it is complex. I would say
multi-use cards.
3.0 or higher.
Probably, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
On a 5 scale.
Yeah.
So on Board Game Geek. But you're rolling dice, putting them by value on a track, and then you take turns drafting those, and you take the action according.
You're trying to get things to market. You're trying to grow things in your fields. But your cards work 3 ways depending on where you put them.
4 ways.
4 ways? Okay.
Yeah. You have on your player board, you can put them on the top, the bottom, or left or right.
Side. That's right.
And it determines where you put that card is what side of that card you use, the top or the bottom.
You slide them into slots,
yeah.
so you can only see the piece that you're actually using.
So the decisions are very difficult in this game. You're like, oh my gosh, I like this card. I like the top of it. I like the bottom of it, and I want to expand my garden over here, so I need the left side.
But I need more pigs.
Yeah, I mean, the decisions are very difficult. But Lagranja, man, it's an amazing game, and I mean, we bought it, played it, and just loved it instantly. I'll never leave. All right, last game on the list.
One.
Thieves by Peter Prince. This is a kind of a classic, Thieves, and it's a kind of lucky game. It has a little bit of a luck element.
It's got a lot of luck.
Because you're drawing stuff out of a bag.
Yeah, you're drawing out of a bag, so it's lucky.
Yeah. So you have.
But I mean, there's strategy to it too.
Yeah, you have different cards that you're trying to play.
But you're drawing out of a bag because you're digging in an archaeological dig.
Yeah, so it fits.
So it does fit the theme.
It fits the theme, and we love playing it a lot because it's just so pretty to look at, and the theme fits the mechanics of the game. When you're reaching in the back, you do something that you do during the round, and it'll determine how many you can pull out of the bag.
And some of them are blank.
Yeah.
If you pull out 3 of them and they're all blank, it's not a good turn.
Yeah, you want to wait till you can draw out like 8 of them, and then you can get something. So it's kind of funny. As long as you know that going in, just have fun with it and roll with the punches.
This game was difficult to find as well.
It was hard to find, and we got a first edition copy in pristine condition, and we're very proud to have it, and we enjoy having it because we love to play it, and it's fun to play. So that's our video for today.
That's the end of number 4.
That's the end of number 4.
This actually is in my office.
Yeah, this is in Lori's office, and
so we've seen the living room, the kitchen, the dining room, and the office.
But yeah,
there's games everywhere.
We have one more video to do, and those are the ones that are in our closet.
In our closet.
We're gonna drag them out and into the.
So you don't have to go in our closet.
Yeah, you don't see our closet. Yeah, but we're gonna drag those out and put them in our living room and go through those games in our last video. Gosh, I hope you saw some games here that you would be interested in and want to play. Again, we seek out games, play them, and decide whether to bring them into the house or not. And we get nothing from anybody for free. This is so we really have to be very, very careful and meticulous about the way we make those choices. But we love these games, and we feel good about suggesting that you try them and play them. So yeah, that's the video for today. Make sure to keep on board gaming. It's the best hobby on the planet. We love every one of you. Thank you for subscribing.
We love your comments. We love reading your comments.
Yeah. And thank you for hitting the like button. That really helps us with our channel. And yeah, that's us. That's who we are. We like to play board games. And again, we call this our library because we cycle through it. We play the games. I told Laura I don't want to be a board game collector because I don't want to have a game that's rare just if it's lousy and it's rare, it makes it worth a lot of money. That's not what we do. We like to play the games. And so we're not collectors, we are board game players, and there's a difference. But we love playing these games. Hope you do too. And we'll see you next time on The Bones Collector. Bye-bye. Say goodbye, Lori.
Bye, Lori.